began with talking about the aggravation along the Indo-China border. Now, this aggravation is not military. Now, what has happened in this case is the big story that we are taking at top of 9. So, despite several rounds of military talks between India and China, China continues to aggravate along the border with India. And this time, Indian Army's Eastern Command Chief, Lieutenant General R.P. Kalita, has revealed that China's People's Liberation Army is building infrastructure across the international border with Arunachal Pradesh. He's also said that the Indian side is continuously upgrading its infrastructure and capabilities to deal with any untoward situation which might arise along the border. Remember, in the recent years, India and China have faced off over Doklam, Pangong and the Galwan Valley.
As all the activities that are being undertaken by the PLA with respect to infrastructure development as also operational capability enhancement are being monitored by us very, very closely. And we are taking all the requisite measures to enhance our op capability as well, which includes forward basing of our troops, that is staging forward our troops to forward areas wherever we feel it is appropriate or required.
My colleague Srinjoy Chaudhary joins me on the broadcast for more on this. Srinjoy, this is a big revelation there by the Indian Army. Another infrastructural development claims that have come to light, and this is something that the Army is again warning. So another aggravation by China of a different kind.
Well, to tell you the truth, the Chinese have been doing this for the last 10 years. And they have not been doing it across the line of actual control in Arunachal. They are doing it right, as you rightly said, right from Ladakh to the tip of Arunachal Pradesh. So what they are doing is they are building roads right up to the LAC. They are building railway lines wherever possible right up to the LAC. As far as airports are concerned, there are 4 or 5 air bases in Tibet. Like Gongka and Hoping and so on, where the air strips are being lengthened. The shelters for the fighter planes are being hardened. There are more air defense positions in all these places. There are helicopter bases being built 30-40 kilometers north of the LAC in the Uttarakhand, north of Uttarakhand. So all this has been going on for a long time. Bridges have been built, bigger bridges have been built to make it easier. And all these things are dual purpose. The Chinese can always claim that they are doing it for their own people and so on. But this obviously has a military input. Also, these villages that they are building very close to the LAC, again, this has dual purpose. In those villages, soldiers can be sheltered. So these things are being done in a very planned way for perhaps the last 10 years. And in the last few months and years, especially after the Galwan incident, the Air Force, the Chinese PLAAF, has actually gone to town, increasing the length of the airstrips, adding more planes. In fact, right now, an exercise is going on in China, in Tibet, and it's a show of strength. The Chinese are doing a big exercise, which is why the Indian Army and the Indian Air Force have had to move troops back to what it was before the winter. So this is a very clear example of Chinese aggression, and the Chinese are not going to go away. They are going to do what they were planning to do. India just has to take adequate precautions.
Absolutely. Srinjoy, thank you so much for putting things into perspective for our viewers there.